Headline: Cedar Rapids substitute teacher rapes a 17-year-old high school student. And she's the victim.
And it's about to get problematic up in here. I don't give a fuck!
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
What is your name? What is your name? What is your name?
James Maxwell. At James Von Maxwell. On Twitter. Beer me. Okay, got the beer. So I'm reading this story today, and I'm not going to give this woman's name out. I mean, talk about embarrassing. Oh my God. And now we go to the land of sky blue waters. Piles and piles of pig shit and corn. Ah, yes. Pork loin sandwiches. Hotter in the summer than Texas, and colder in the winter than Alaska. The land of Iowa. A substitute teacher accused of having sex with a 17-year-old high school stud in Cedar Rapids, of course, claims the victim, rather the student, seduced her. Jane Doe was charged in July with sexual exploitation by a teacher. On Monday this week, she appeared on Dr. Phil, accusing the student of seducing her and sharing sexy photos with his friends. Okay. Gosh, if we put the shoe on the other foot, oh, what would that sound like? Teacher accused of raping student blames the victim. Of course. Oh, I bet that'd fly, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Here she quotes. She is quoted. Many people see him as the victim, as me and me as the perpetrator. From a psychological standpoint and every other standpoint, I feel like I am the victim, she said on the Dr. Phil show, citing the student's intelligence and elevated vocabulary as part of the seduction. From a psychological standpoint. That must have been a psychology class I didn't take. Call me crazy. I didn't take that one. She pleaded not guilty to sexual exploitation by a school employee. Her trial is set to start November 14th, although she has asked to move the trial out of Lynn County, Iowa, due to pre-trial publicity. Cedar Rapids Community School District barred Jane from teaching at district schools after an investigation, but through a miscommunication, she continued to work as an elementary substitute at the end of the 2016 school year, the Associated Press reported. Okay, so we've got a teacher. It wasn't the student's direct teacher, okay? I guess that's good. She was an elementary school teacher. However, let's read on. On the Dr. Phil show, the woman claimed that the student repeatedly asked her to meet for lunch or coffee. She met the boy when she was a student teacher at Washington High School in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. At the time, she was 23, and the student was 17. She started chatting with the boy on Facebook and through text in September 2015, and the relationship became physical in October 2015, she said. On the show, she said she was vulnerable and confided in the student. Okay, 23-7. It's in the same ballpark, you know? Unless it was a man doing the perpetrating. Of course, he'd be in jail by now, but it's a different story. Quote, one night after a particularly bad night with my boyfriend, we had just gotten into a big fight. And the next day, I looked at this message and thought, I'm just going to respond to this 17-year-old stud. She admitted, get this now, damn, she admitted having sex daily with the student in her car, at a public park, in his car, at his mother's house, and at his father's. I mean, these two were fucking like bunnies. My goodness. Oh, good Lord. She admitted that, and wow, talk about stamina. I guess that's why you like them young there, Jane Doe, huh? Yes. She admitted that, and it turns out in Iowa, teachers are prohibited from having sexual contact with students. Seems like a good law to me. Even if the student is 18, he wasn't. He was 17. I think that's still above the age of consent. But she's in a position of power over, him. She's an authority figure over this young guy. Apparently, they're prohibited from having sexual contact with former students for at least 30 days following graduation, assuming they're 18. Now, if they're not 18 or they're 15, that clause does not apply because that's, child rape, pedophilia, whatever. She says the student sent her sexy notes, and the woman thought she could keep the 9-month relationship secret. Jane, have you ever been around a bunch of teenage boys, especially one who's banging a teacher? Are you fucking kidding me? That's funny. Oh, my God. Quote, trust me, it's not difficult to be a caring boyfriend, especially to someone as magnificent as you. Student texted Jane Doe. According to the Dr. Phil show, she also said the student left her Post-it notes with romantic messages. Oh, my. Did she get candy and flowers, too? Quote, you have to be dumber than a box of rocks to share naked pictures with a 17-year-old boy, said Dr. Phil. That's correct. That's exactly right. Apparently, 2 students spotted the couple in her car doing the right? Bumping the uglies in the back seat. Jane Doe then told Dr. Phil that she tried to get out of the relationship, evidently not very hard. But the student said he would light a match and burn down her life. Oh, the poor victim. The woman was so caught up with this. Oh, my God. She was scared to leave the relationship. Oh, God. Jane Doe was fired from her teaching position and now works as a stripper using the name Bambi. Dr. Phil offered Jane Doe help finding counseling and a new career besides stripping. Oh, my God. Can you even imagine the outrage if a 23-year-old man was banging all the time some 17-year-old girl, a student in the school system where he taught, probably a senior, and he blamed the victim? James Maxwell, thanks for listening.